SpongeBob has always dreamed of becoming a lifeguard, but he can't swim at all. Seeing the beloved lifeguard Larry the Lobster, SpongeBob is very envious. But Patrick Star thinks being a lifeguard is incredibly boring. He still thinks eating is more fun, so he stuffs his belly into his shirt to go buy some food.
Who needs to be a lifeguard? I'm cool. I'm every bit as cool as Larry. And if I'm not, let me be struck by a flying ice cream truck. And live!
Larry quickly steps in to restore order. SpongeBob slowly gets up from the ground. The ice cream on his nose slides down. When Larry sees his nose, he mistakenly thinks SpongeBob is a lifeguard too, because that's the lifeguard's signature mark. At first, SpongeBob is a little worried, but the beach happens to be short-staffed. Larry keeps inviting him to join the patrol. This was an offer SpongeBob couldn't resist. He happily accepted. Soon after, SpongeBob began patrolling the beach with Larry. Together, they applied sunscreen to people on the beach. Larry played the guitar while SpongeBob danced. Before long, SpongeBob became a beloved lifeguard. Soon, Larry suggested that SpongeBob take a shift on his own. SpongeBob didn't want to miss this chance to prove himself, so he agreed right away. Just then, a cry for help suddenly rang out from the beach. Larry decided to let SpongeBob watch and learn from the sidelines, so he took the lead in the rescue.
Breathe, darn you!
That's the last time I read and swim. You saved my life.
Don't mention it, it's all part of the job.
After explaining the beach rescue procedure, Larry left. It wasn't until then that SpongeBob realized he couldn't swim at all. He reassured himself that he just needed to wait patiently for Larry to return. But watching the crowd frolicking freely in the water, SpongeBob began to hallucinate.
There are sharks in there!
Hey, that's my family you're talking about.
Sea monster!
You know, we sea monsters have made great strides in the fields of science and literature.
Everyone left in a huff. Out on the water, everyone was having a great time. But SpongeBob's expression grew increasingly nervous. Finally, he came up with a brilliant idea. He called everyone back to shore under the pretext of free ice cream.
But just so you're not tempted. Ladies and gentlemen, the lagoon is closed.
However, he forgot about Patrick Star. Patrick Star heard about the free ice cream and bolted out the door. He broke through the safety barrier and ran out into the water. Suddenly, he got a cramp in his butt. Patrick Star fell into the water and started screaming for help. The crowd around him urged SpongeBob to save him immediately, but SpongeBob chose to run away instead. He couldn't face the fact that someone was drowning. Not until he realized the drowning person was Patrick Star. SpongeBob wanted to jump in to save him, but when he reached the shore, he suddenly remembered he couldn't swim. He quickly threw a life preserver toward Patrick Star. The life preserver was too far away from Patrick Star. The crowd on shore watched with bated breath. In a moment of desperation, SpongeBob pulled out a straw. He sucked seawater into his body in one gulp. His body swelled up rapidly. Patrick Star was sucked right in with him. SpongeBob had no choice but to spit the seawater back out. But Patrick Star was still submerged in the water. SpongeBob went to the parking lot and borrowed a boat.
Oh, sorry.
Larry returned just in time to save both of them. It was only then that Larry learned the truth about SpongeBob impersonating a lifeguard.